is October the 4th after the market close, and we're looking at a chart of S&P 500 intraday. In the morning, the chart, the S&P 500 ran up to 1463, and then it dropped slightly and spent rest of the day moving sideways, finishing at 1461. Very bullish pattern. It's forming a flag-like pattern intraday, and the market was up on several good upbeat news. But the most important thing is that tomorrow, which is the job report, all eyes are on the job report, and the consensus is 113,000 job and 8.1% unemployment. So we just have to remain and see what will transpire tomorrow. Let's look at the big picture here, which is the full day daily chart on S&P 500. We were above this trend line, and we kept on going for the fourth consecutive day up, and this is 4-day streak, bullish streak, that I would say that we have maintained, and we're above that 21-day moving average. The market is bullish 462 and trying to take out this 1474 set here earlier on 9/14. So hopefully we're going to reach there in a day or so, as market remains still oversold, and the oversold conditions are still there, and it is really an entry level bouncing to the upside. Let's take a look at red RUT, which is our basic it's forming a bear flag here, which looks like to be a bear flag, but unable to get up that 21-day moving average, and this was a sheer drop, and it hasn't done that. Would it break down here 1821 to the 50-day line? It's a little bit questionable chart in my opinion, and so we have to see how this reacts and comes around. NDX, which is the technology, is also hugging that trend line here, which you see here, and it is also forming a bear flag, which is, in my opinion, is that it needs to get above that very quickly, or it's going to break down. So the indexes all are pointing to the upside yet, and there's some questionable patterns developing, but you never know. S&P 500 is definitely on the upside and moving towards the higher ground. That's what the indexes are. Let's look into some of the stocks that were dominating here today. PCLN comes to mind, and this stock was down several days, and let me just pull it up here a little bit, and you could see what was happening here. We had to defend this thing when it broke that 50-day moving average here, took a position, and it ran up right on it. 635 today, 14 points up today, and it's going to meet some resistance right here. There's a downward trend line at 640. Is going to start coming into a lot of resistance from the left, because there's a lot of oversupply of trading here. People who are stuck here, who haven't been able to get off, will try to get off here and beat the stock down. Hopefully that may happen very quickly in a day or so. Apple, on the other hand, has not made much progress. It is still sitting at 666. That's the number that it always gravitates to, and it is oversold conditions here. You can see on the stochastics, but this pattern is just consolidating here and unable to break above that 679 or 671 level to go back to 605, and it may take a few more days before it does that. Apple is just is sticky here for that 666, which is the devil's number actually. Let's look at Google, which is this stock, and Google is still chomping around 769, making newer highs. Instead of breaking down to the downside, it has chosen to go up high, and it's even more extended here than it was before. So I don't know how far this asset can be extended into the stratosphere and not take a dive. Sometimes that really happens, and it blows a lot of people, and they just don't have the patience. They lose it. They go and chasing this, and it just collapses on them. So let's look at one more, AMZN, Amazon. This stock had a nice break today, and you can see on a decent volume it broke that trend line, and it's 260 and up. It's going to try to take out 264 here in the next few days. So this is a very bullish pattern here also, because this was a bull flag and a clean cut breakout from that bullish pattern. Hopefully this will end up here at 265 or so. So that is all for today. The market direction still remains solidly up unless broken, and all these bullish stocks that you can take a look at it and trade.